Today we're going to put the Danessa Myricks Blurring Balm to the test. It's 28 degrees here, and with 86% humidity, it feels like 33. Will Danessa keep me looking matte in this tropical heat and humidity? Let's find out. My base today is the Lancaster Sun Protect in SPF 50. It's so bright out here. You're going to hear dogs, chickens, roosters, and various farming equipment in the background. This is tropical life. We're going to go in with the Blurring Balm. I'm fresh out of the shower, not too hot and not too sweaty. I'm going to load up my brush. Just going to dab that around and then buff it in. Beautiful blend, and then once it sets, it will get down to a more matte finish. But this is the base that I'm hoping to use that will keep me matte in this heat and humidity. To really put the Blurring Balm through its paces, we're going to go into town, which is super hot. It's a little mini concrete jungle. Next, we're going in with a Borean CC cream in the color Caramel. This has SPF 30, and you're very familiar with that encapsulated pigmented technology. This tube is different from the usual one that I do in my tutorials. The product comes out pretty thin, so we're just going to go in with a little circle. I'm going to load up the foundation brush. This is going to apply onto the skin white. As we buff it in, the encapsulated pigment is released. I'm going to dot that around with my face. What I love is that it's a guide to let me know how much product I'm actually getting onto my skin. A little more on the cheeks, the lower half of the face, and then a little less on the forehead. The color match on this is so good. Buff that in. Lovely, even, dewy base. I'm a little more dewy than I would like, so we're going to powder. We're going in with the One Size Ultimate Setting Powder in Rich Peach. Love keeping this thing nice and clean. This protective film I've only folded back a little bit, and then I dispense into an empty pan because it gives me lots of room to load up my brush. Let's do that. A little bit of powder. There's some in here from yesterday. Went out to meet a friend for a quick drink. Let's load up the brush. Gonna really work that in there. And as usual, our very gentle stippling motion to set everything. I did my color correction and concealing off camera to keep this quick. We are set. MAC Fix It Stay Over to lock everything in place. Give that a good shake, and we're going in with this tiniest misting. That's it. Very, very light. This is pretty dewy. Blend everything nicely together with my foundation brush. Let's get a mirror here. Now you can see now I'm not super matte and I'm not super dewy. I'm just at this really nice skin-like finish. We're going to add a little extra color to the face. We are going to go in with some blush. I did my eyebrows yesterday. Just sat down with a magnifying mirror and plucked. Now I look like I've time traveled from the 90s. Huda Beauty Cheek Tint in Coral Cutie. You know I'm a coral lover. I'm gonna do two little warrior stripes, starting at the outer edge of my iris, pretty much past the end of my eyebrow, just like that. Gotta lift. At 46 we defy gravity. That's our MO. Blush, brush, and work it in. Just stippling back and forth, up and down that stripe. We're just working that color in. How easy is that? Pretty. Nice little flush of color. I love it. And it is very skin-like. It's not powdery. Beautiful, happy little flush of coral. And we can call it quits right there. I'm happy with that. But I'm going to do a quick little lip combo here with some lip gloss and a reddish brown lip liner. Favorite cheap and cheerful Primark lip liner. This is like 75p back in London, and it is in the shade Toast, the Kiko Milano 3D Hydra lip gloss, and this is in 003. A light peachy pink with very little bit of shimmer. Soft outline of the lips. Just staying within. Can Danessa beat the heat? We'll see. And that's it. Should we do a little bit of eyeliner? Why not? It's going to be the Victoria Beckham Satin Kajal in my favorite color, Plum. Sorry, I keep saying plum, it's actually fig. Little flick at the end for our wing, starting from the outer corner, flicking upwards. We have our little flick. This one's a little too long, so I'm just going to fix that with my nail. There we go. And then we make the little canoe. We connect it to the edge of the eyelash, like that. And then I work my way backwards, very close to the lash. We're just gonna do that very quickly. I'm gonna do this off camera because I can't be bothered. You're all done. I love it. It's fresh faced. I zhuzhed my hair, done the eyeliner off camera, and I'm looking very skin-like, very natural. Go out and test this blurring balm in the heat. Making our way into town, we have our handheld fan and an umbrella acting as a parasol. Things are looking good, pretty matte, and we will check in midway through and then again at the end of the day. Really beautiful afternoon. Even with using the umbrella as a parasol, the heat is quite intense, so of course I needed to stop off at Ora Arani for a quick bite and a refreshing drink, and then slowly moosey out of town. I took the Goodwill bus, and here is the view looking up into the mountains and the Roseau Valley over the Roseau River. The reeds which grow along the riverbank are the namesake for the capital city. And now it's time to see how this blurring balm held up in the heat and humidity. We have done all of our chores, and this is Danessa Myricks 5 hours later. I didn't blot or anything. Walked in some really bright, very hot sunshine and walked around a very hot little mini concrete jungle. So, I think it's passed the test. Thank you, Danessa. Love you lots. See you soon.